And tonight, I'm Don Lemon. What is it like to change your life with the whole world watching? Just ask Caitlyn Jenner, from Olympic champion to reality TV star to a whole new kind of celebrity, captured on the cover of Vanity Fair by photographer to the stars, Annie Leibovitz.
As soon as the Vanity Fair cover comes out, I'm free.
Now that her secret is out, will she live happily ever after? I want to begin with what Caitlyn Jenner herself says about that barrier-breaking Vanity Fair cover.
The last few days of doing this shoot was about my life and who I am as a person. It's not about the fanfare. It's not about people cheering in the stadium. It's not about going down the street and everybody giving you that a boy, Bruce, pat on the back. Okay? This is about your life. Bruce always had to tell a lie. He was always living that lie. Every day, he always had a secret from morning till night. Caitlyn doesn't have any secrets. As soon as the Vanity Fair cover comes out, I'm free.
Joining me now, Inside Edition anchor Deborah Norville and CNN sports analyst Christine Brennan. Good evening to both of you.
Good evening.
So we're going to try as hard as we can to get everything correct, but we may get the pronouns wrong sometimes. We may even get the name. We'll call him Bruce every once in a while. But we'll get there, right? And that's what kind of this journey is about for, I think, the world.
And Jenner has said she's cool with that. Yeah. She gets it. She's made mistakes with the masculine and feminine pronoun as well. This is a huge story, Don.
It's so much easier now than it was with Chaz, remember? We kept, Chaz was chastity for such a long time. It was hard to get the pronouns right. But I found myself today, I think many people just saying Caitlyn, all day long.
Well, I think it helps a lot that Jenner has now told us what her new name will be, and it is Caitlyn Jenner. I also think, Bruce Jenner says those 48 hours in Munich when he won the decathlon defined that man for almost 40 years. And if you think about it, we've had, as a world, and he is a world figure, essentially 4 months to come to grips with the idea that indeed he was transitioning and becoming a woman. And I think it's not by accident that on June 1st, the beginning of LGBT Pride Month, the Vanity Fair cover hits, and Caitlyn Jenner is there in all of her beauty. Christine
Brennan, talk to us about that, because you and I have spoken about this. When we grew up, Bruce Jenner was the male sex symbol, and now he's becoming a female sex symbol in today's issue.
Yeah, Don, he was a sports god. That was the Montreal Olympics, 1976. There were only 3 channels and PBS, so basically everyone raced home and watched, and he was the star. Bruce Jenner was the star of those Olympic Games in Montreal, and it was a huge time for sports, and Bruce Jenner was Tom Brady combined with LeBron James. He was about as big as they got. And I think what's fascinating about this conversation is that, once again, sports is taking us to a place that we need to go as a nation to have a conversation. Whether it would be terrible things like Ray Rice and domestic violence, steroids, Lance Armstrong, other Olympians, baseball players, or a story like this. Sports makes it real. We can see Bruce Jenner on that Wheaties box. We remember him, many of us do, and those that don't have heard the stories or maybe will find out about the sports hero that he was. Now, as the change, of course, and now a woman, and here we are talking about it, but because he was a sports star, I think it makes it more real for people.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about the biggest bombshell for you about this article. As a matter of fact, I was having the same conversation, Christine, that you're having now with one of the makeup artists here. She said, I don't remember Bruce Jenner back in the day. And I said, it would be the equivalent, as you said, of LeBron James today becoming a woman. And it's the same thing. What's the biggest revelation for you?
You're talking to me, Don?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, well, I think just the struggle and the fact that Bruce Jenner, even back then in 1976, when he was on top of the world, sports world, cultural world, that he was having such trouble, and that this was something that was such a difficult thing. I would never have believed that. I don't think anyone would have. And so, again, if it's a window into a part of our culture that we haven't talked about clearly, that we haven't thought of, well then, a sports hero taking us to that place, I think, is a very good thing.
Deborah, let's talk about the great lengths that the magazine went through to keep this secret, right? And why is the outfit so important, and why did they go through such lengths?
Well, I think they went through such great lengths. I think it was very important for Caitlyn to feel beautiful and to look beautiful, and it's clear from the incredible wardrobe and the hair and the makeup that they've got in the article that that was very important. I mean, this bombshell cover is unbelievable. And in fact, the bustier and the panty set is now going to be selling out. Well, we've tracked down the store in California where this outfit was purchased, and indeed, they expect that sales are going to go crazy. But I think it's much more than that. I think it is, in the article, they talk about how at the end of the afternoon of shooting, and it was a long day, and a lot of hair and makeup and stylists and all of this thing, when it was all over, Caitlyn went to each person who had been a part of the shoot and said thank you. And in the article, they tell the story. The gold medal is there, one of the many, I guess, or the gold medal, you know, from winning the decathlon was there. And he said, looking at that gold medal, that day was good.
Yeah.
But this day has been so much better.
The backdrop to all of this, though, is an reality show that's going to document Caitlyn's life and journey. What's the latest on that?
Well, the latest on that is, and this is something that that I didn't know until I read the article, is that yes, we knew he was using the same production company that did the Keeping Up with the Kardashians and the other E! shows. What was a revelation to me was that there is a great deal of discord, or disagreement, I should say, between Caitlyn's 4 older children and that selection. They're very concerned that it's going to end up being a bit of a show. Not the kind of show that they think is dignified, and they've opted not to participate in. And originally, that was very difficult for Caitlyn, and she was not at all happy about that. But she's come to terms with that and believes that this now will be an opportunity to really show the process of transitioning and also really show the emotion as well as the empathy, and maybe most importantly, the liberation that Caitlyn Jenner now feels.
And Christine, even though Caitlyn has transitioned from her former identity as Bruce Jenner, her first public appearance will be at a sports-related event. What do you know?
Yes, the ESPY Awards, that she will be receiving the Arthur Ashe Courage Award. Don, this is an honor that many have received, including Jim Valvano, Robin Roberts, Nelson Mandela, Michael Sam just last year. This really signifies a snapshot, I think, of our culture at this time, and whether these are people who fought cancer, fought inequality, whether it be Billie Jean King fighting for women's rights, Michael Sam fighting for the rights of the gay athlete, the first openly gay NFL player to be drafted by the National Football League. Whatever the case might be, again, it takes us to this place, and it's a snapshot, I believe, of where we are as a country, and sports as a huge part of our culture. So the fact that she will be honored at the ESPYs is a fascinating turn in this story.
Christine, Deborah, always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
And can I just note that all of Jenner's children and stepchildren will be on the stage with them at the ESPYs, which I think is exactly the message that Caitlyn Jenner wants to share.
And the whole world will be watching, no doubt. Thank you again, ladies.